What does a typical Olympic athlete actually eat in a day? The answers can fluctuate widely, and some of them might surprise you. Olympic swimmer Michael Phelps made headlines before the Beijing Games when he talked about his jaw-dropping 12,000-calorie-a-day diet. He has since admitted that amount might have been a bit exaggerated, but he still gets in a great deal more than the average person when he's training or competing, often consuming an entire pound of pasta in one sitting. Why the ridiculous amount of calories? Swimming is an endurance sport, along with cycling, distance running, speed skating, and cross-country skiing. An endurance sport requires the athlete to have a constant supply of energy that won't run out in the middle of hours-long training sessions or a big event. Sports physiologist and nutritionist Trent Stellingwerf told Vox that some of the rowers he works with eat between 8,000 and 10,000 calories per day, typically training between 20 and 30 hours per week.
As you can tell, it works wonders for me.
Other sports that require packing in the calories are team sports like soccer and power sports like weightlifting. But since those aren't endurance sports, these athletes tend not to eat nearly as much and are more likely to tap out in the 5,000 calorie range per day.
How could one person possibly fit this much food into their body?
That's something I can't answer. I don't know. I guess that takes a few years of practice.
It isn't all 5-egg omelets and entire pizzas over at the Olympic Village. On the opposite end of the calorie spectrum are aesthetic sports like gymnastics and diving, and weight class sports like wrestling and fencing. For aesthetic athletes, body weight can be a huge factor in how quickly they can lift and maneuver themselves on the parallel bars, or twist their bodies while diving into the water. The action also tends to be very stop and go, as each event lasts only minutes, or in some cases, a few seconds. Typical calorie needs for an aesthetic athlete hover between 2,000 and 2,500 per day. For athletes in weight class sports who may not even qualify for their event if the scale doesn't cooperate, diets are managed in a way to achieve performance-level results. In the days prior to weigh-ins, calories can be kept as low as 1,200 per day. When Real Simple spoke with 3 Olympic gold medalists about their diets, they agreed on one thing: skipping breakfast is never an option. According to gymnast Gabby Douglas, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. You can't expect to perform at your best if you don't take good care of your body. While most athletes may see eye to eye when it comes to the importance of the first meal of the day, they may not all agree on what that breakfast includes. Snowboarder Chloe Kim told Pop Sugar that her day might start off with chocolate pancakes, biscuits and gravy, toast, and cottage cheese. Figure skater Alex Shibutani keeps things a bit lighter with oatmeal and chia seed bars. Winter Olympic golden girl Lindsey Vonn makes sure to have her personal chef in tow, who may prepare her scrambled eggs with veggies and hot sauce, along with some oatmeal for extra heavy training days. Olympic athletes are expected to be a lot stronger than the average person, with the physiques and muscle definition to prove it. So it won't be any surprise that many athletes stress the importance of high-quality protein in their diets, which not only promotes muscle growth, but also provides the amino acids essential for recovery after a grueling day of competition. Heptathlete Katarina Johnson-Thompson tells Cosmopolitan, "As an athlete, you need a lot of protein. I try to have 70 grams of protein a day, so I try to add it into every meal where I can." Katarina typically starts her day with a protein powder-based shake or eggs on toast, and also follows her workouts with a protein-packed snack. Snowboarder Kelly Clark always makes sure to have a protein bar in her pocket when she's training, so she can keep her energy up after a workout. She also enjoys post-workout snacks like chocolate milk or toast with almond butter, which she follows up with a dinner of chicken or red meat with pasta or sweet potatoes. Carbohydrates convert to glycogen in the body and are the body's preferred source of fuel, whether you're a world-class athlete or a dedicated couch potato. Our bodies are only able to store so much glycogen in the muscles, however, before stores run out, and the body must turn to other, less efficient sources for continued energy. That's where carb loading comes in. For endurance athletes like runners and swimmers, carb loading is an important dietary tactic that aims to store extra glycogen in the muscles to push them through their rigorous training or competitions and avoid hitting the wall. Loading up on carbs begins in the day or two prior to a big event, as relying on just a big pancake breakfast on game day won't be enough to cut it. Runner's World advises that athletes load properly, eating small meals that are carb-heavy, but don't include too much fiber, which could affect digestion. Typical carb-loading meals may include bagels with jam, fruit juices, granola bars, baked potatoes, and oatmeal cookies. When it comes to moderate or intense athletic training, both carbohydrates and fat are integral for athletes to achieve their best performance. Fat intake is directly related to the production of steroid hormones that aid performance as well as recovery, and can also regulate inflammation in the body. Alpine skier Razy Stiegler told ABC News that fats in her diet also help her maintain healthy hair and skin when she's out training in the harsh weather conditions. Even the best athletes are still only human, and that means some of them just love their junk food. While most Olympians stick to their prescribed dietary regimen when training, they do look forward to cheat meals or celebratory sweet treats after a big event. Bobsledder Asia Evans told Boston.com that she always carries her favorite European chocolate bars and sour apple ring candies in her bag to indulge after a race. Nordic skier Sadie Bjornsson reported that her favorite cheat meal is a pile of nachos. For heptathlete Katarina Johnson-Thompson, it's Doritos, which she says are addictive. And of course, there's the now infamous story of Usain Bolt managing to win 3 gold medals in Beijing while eating nearly 1,000 Chicken McNuggets, all because the food served in host country China didn't appeal to him. As he put it in his autobiography Faster Than Lightning, "Man, I should have gotten a gold medal for all that chowing down." The U.S. Olympic Committee takes hydration very seriously, stressing the importance of adequate hydration for minimizing muscle cramps, supporting immune defense, and enhancing mental function and motor control. Athletes are encouraged to monitor their hydration levels daily and to watch for signs of dehydration, like fatigue, nausea, headache, or elevated heart rate. Fluid needs vary greatly depending on each athlete, but are even higher for competitors who are traveling or subject to increased altitudes or temperatures. To increase fluids, the committee recommends that athletes consume at least 2 cups of water at every meal, as well as fruit juices, herbal teas, and foods that are high in water content, like fresh fruits and vegetables. They also advise some salty snacks for those athletes who tend to sweat more than others. Chris Madzer, who competes in the Olympic luge event, told Delish that water, not coffee, is what he uses to wake up in the morning. According to him, it's the elixir of life. During sleep, you lose water, and your cells always need to be replenished. Many people believe that the key to a balanced, healthy diet is getting a certain amount of calories. Some Olympians do count their calories pretty obsessively. However, not all Olympians are so strict with themselves. Michaela Skinner, for example, the American gymnast, told Delish that she has never thought about counting her calories. Instead of forcing herself to eat a certain amount, Skinner lets herself eat what she feels she needs to sustain her training. Caleb Dressel, an Olympic swimmer, is also not a fan of calorie counting. As he told USA Today, he simply stops eating when he feels full. Since he's always being active, he doesn't have to worry about his waistline, but as he put it, "If I wasn't swimming, I think that'd be a problem." As sports nutritionist Nancy Clark told Live Science, not counting calories is probably the smartest approach for athletes. As she put it, "The body is the best calorie counter, and these top athletes, they're able to listen to their body." We all know that alcohol isn't that good for you, especially in large quantities, so it comes as no surprise to learn that quite a few Olympians abstain from drinking while they're in training and while they're at the Games. Mallory Wegeman is an American Paralympic swimmer who prepared for the 2020 Olympics by completely cutting alcohol out of her diet. She explained to Delish, "While I don't normally drink much, this small shift aids in better sleep, recovery, and hydration." Michael Phelps is another famous swimmer who decided to go sober. In 2015, he announced that he wouldn't be drinking until after the Rio Olympics, telling Sports Illustrated, "I've got to put my body in the best physical shape I can possibly get it in." Of course, not all Olympians go dry. Brian Fletcher, the Olympic skier, told Delish that even alcohol and sweets have a place in an athlete's diet. As the original Olympians, the Greeks, used to say, "Everything in moderation." Taking vitamins is often thought to be a big part of a healthy diet and lifestyle. For Olympians, vitamins can be crucial to performance. Swimmer Mallory Wegeman told Delish that she takes multivitamins, vitamin D, vitamin C, fish oil, and a probiotic. Gymnast Michaela Skinner told the publication that she takes vitamin C. For BMX racer Elise Willoughby, her vitamins of choice include a multivitamin, vitamin D, vitamin C, vitamin B complex, along with a probiotic and magnesium and zinc. Micronutrients are another type of vitamin that is popular amongst Olympians. Sports expert Arj Tiruchelvam told the website T3, "If macronutrients are the door, micronutrients should be viewed as the key to the door, in that these vitamins allow you to make the most out of your carbohydrates, fats, and protein." Some athletes, however, don't bother with vitamins. Runner Steve Solomon, for instance, told Healthy Lux, "I don't personally take any nutritional supplements, as I believe that I have a well-rounded diet, and also don't fully believe in a magic pill to solve any deficiencies." Lots of people believe that veganism, while a healthy diet, isn't actually all that helpful for athletes, supposedly because it lacks good sources of protein. But some Olympians have proven that even a vegan diet can provide enough nutrition and energy for peak performance. The famous Olympic tennis player, Novak Djokovic, told Graham Benzinger that cutting out meat was the best thing he could have done for his career. He said, "I cut out red meat because I had to put a lot of energy and effort into the digestive process. That would take a lot of essential energy I needed for my focus, recovery, and the next training session. Instead, he now fuels himself up with a steady diet of fruits, salads, and grains. Numerous other Olympians also swear by vegan diets, like soccer player Alex Morgan. Speaking to USA Today, she said, "I never thought it was possible I could be playing at an elite level as a professional athlete with a plant-based diet. Then I realized it wasn't detrimental at all." Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more mashed videos about your favorite athletes' diets are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.